Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Miss Dian Kurnia Devi, and who I love all of my friends. First of all, thank God, thank you. Let us always present the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, who has provided His blessing and guidance to us so that we can meet in a healthy and humble condition. The second time, prayers and greetings may always be bestowed on the visit of our Prophet Muhammad SAW, which has brought us from the time of ignorance to the Islamic age. Okay, who don't know me? My name is Waudy Ulya. I'm medical student of Sultan Agung University. I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to present a topic about beauty is not a valid reason to pursue cosmetic plastic surgery. Okay, my talk will be in 4 parts. To start with, I will describe about plastic and cosmetic surgery. Next, I will tell you the situation that are allowed to do a plastic surgery. Then I will mention the good reason why beauty is not a reason to do plastic surgery. Next, I will describe teen self-consciousness about plastic surgery. And finally, I will summarize my presentation. After my talk, there will be time for a discussion and questions. Okay, before we go to my presentation, the most of all you all should know about this country. Okay, yeah, this country is South Korea. Yeah, South Korea is famous about Korean pop, Korean dramas, Korean food such kimchi, but the most of all, South Korean is the highest customer about plastic surgery. 1 in 3 South Korean women say they have had plastic surgery. So, what is plastic surgery? Yeah, plastic surgery is a surgical specialty involving the restoration, reconstruction, or alteration of the human body. Uh, and cosmetic surgery is a voluntary or elective surgery that is performed on normal parts of the body with the only purpose of improving a person's appearance or removing signs of aging. Now let's turn to the next part. Uh, I will tell you about the situation that are allowed to do plastic surgery. Uh, Initially, plastic surgery is used for reconstructive and restore from the certain situation like burns, traumatic injuries such as facial bone fractures and breaks, congenital abnormalities such as cleft palates or cleft lips, and developmental abnormalities, infection and disease such cancer and tumors. The next part is the good answers why beauty is not a reason to do plastic surgery. There are 3 things that consider. First, about money. Second, about risky. And third, about psychology. Okay, we turn to the first part, pricey. Plastic surgery is not a cheap thrill by any means. Many procedures cost tens of thousands of dollars, and the cost only goes up with the experience of the doctor and the intricacy of the procedure. The patients will need to take time from work in order to make a full recovery. Small procedures may take a few days to heal, while other more detailed procedures may take weeks for the body to fully recover. All time that is taken off from a full-time job, it means a huge financial loss. Okay, for the second, this is a risky business. Implant rejection, blood clots, scarring, skin necrosis, nerve damage, and pigmentation are all risks associated with, with this type of surgery. Smokers may also face the risk of an extended amount of healing time, while those with any vascular conditions will need a longer healing plan as well. Shock, respiratory failure, and cardiac arrest are all things that can happen right on the operating table. And the third is you might be unhappy with the results. A study by the Aesthetic Surgery Institute found that just under a third of patients were unhappy with some aspect of their facelift. A Norwegian study found that adolescent girls who underwent cosmetic surgery were more likely to show symptoms of anxiety and depressions, which researchers conclude means cosmetic surgery won't fix any underlying mental health problems which drive you to it. Plus, if things wind up poorly, chances are you might be even unhappier and than you were to start with. Okay. Uh, the last part is teen self-consciousness about plastic surgery. Teens expect that plastic surgery will improve their self-confidence, but does it? There are no empirical studies examining the long-term benefits among adolescents. In fact, a longitudinal study that followed adolescents from age 11 to 18 found body image satisfaction rates were highest at age 18 in both sexes, and the satisfaction of individual participants varied as a function of their age and developmental stage. This indicates that many adolescents who are very dissatisfied with their appearance will feel more satisfied a few years later, whether or not they undergo a surgery. However, in the absence of longitudinal research, it is impossible for physicians to warn patients or their parents about the risks of performing cosmetic surgery on bodies that have not reached maturation, the operative complications and long-term physical effects of these surgeries, and psychological implications of surgery on developing body image are the extent to which distorted body image common among adolescents may result in the pursuit of plastic surgery. Okay, I'd like to end with a summary of the main points. In conclusion, besides of the situation that I've mentioned before, beauty is not the reason for cosmetic surgery because it's pricey, a risky act, and you might be unhappy with the results. And for teenager, they will feel more satisfied with their appearance whether or not they undergo surgery. So now I'd be very interested to hear your comments. Any question? Okay, before ending, I like share my thoughts about my topic. So, love yourself and leave your pretty face alone. Many thanks to coming and listen to my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.